So, I think I'm going to start all my videos like that now. I'm just going to make that weird look. My start this. I'm eating Chinese tonight for dinner. It is Tuesday, and it's totally not the right day for this. My whole entire menu has been totally screwed up for the past going on 5 days now. Not having a car sucks. I'm just going to say that. And it's really hard to stay in routine when you don't have a vehicle, because you have to, if you live in the city like I do, we have to catch the city bus. And it sucks because the bus will, they got their own route that they have to take, and they have to drop off and pick up other people. So you have to wait to get off the bus and do what you got to do. So it sucks. But anyways, I wanted to talk about that old topic that I always talk about, but this time I also wanted to eat while I was talking about it, because I know you guys like to eat. I already ate most of it. It was actually broccoli, steak, and white rice. There is some steak still left in it, but my pop's almost gone because I actually split this with my kids. If I don't, they won't eat. They'll just suck down pop. I wanted to talk about PMDD. I know there's a lot more women that are talking about it now, and I'm glad that it's actually starting to get brought up in mainstream, and even here on YouTube, it has its own community now. I'm glad that it's getting brought up, because it is a really serious thing. It's a real thing. It's an actual diagnosis that you can actually get. Yes, there are some people out there that still don't understand what it is. There are some doctors out there that still don't know what it is. They still are kind of blasé about it. They don't take it seriously. There's some doctors that just look at you and they're like, yeah, I think you just got anxiety and you need an SSRI. That's not what it is. PMDD is a more extreme form of PMS. You do have to be diagnosed with it. I was diagnosed in 2021. I got diagnosed with it, and my doctor, my gynecologist, she wanted to put me on SSRIs. SSRIs are pills that are anti-anxiety medication, anti-depression medications, pretty much the same thing. Prozac, Lexapro, etc., etc. I did try them on and off for about 2 years. I ended up trying them. I actually tried them again last year.
Mom, we tried this new food.
I'm making a video there.
Oh, okay.
I'll watch it later, okay?
Okay.
Yes, he dyed his hair blue for his birthday. I tried it on and off for about 2 years, and like I said, I did try it for a little bit last year. I keep giving it chances, and she prescribed me Prozac. I hate it. I'm just gonna chalk it up to I hate it. I absolutely hate the way I feel when I take it. I feel like I'm floating, and I don't really feel like I'm in my body. And I also feel, I know that they say it's usually like a 2-week wait that you're supposed to get through while you're taking it, because it's going to amp up your anxiety worse, which I don't understand that. And I don't really see a point in taking a medication that's going to make you feel worse than you already do. But it did. It amped up my anxiety so bad that I literally felt like I was losing my mind. And I just said, F this shit, I'm done. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So now I just basically, I am a avid supporter of journaling your symptoms any way that you can. They have apps all over the place now that you can use. Because I will tell you this, my apps have saved my sanity more than once. I'll be like, why am I so tired? Like, why do I feel like this? And I will look at my app, and sure crap, I'm going to start my period in a week or two. And I'm like, oh. So if you start to wonder why you feel a certain way and you don't understand it, it's a good thing to have, is some way to journal each month during that cycle, so you can look at it the next month and look back and be like, oh, that's why I feel like this on day cycle 16 or whatever. When it comes to PMDD lies to you a lot. It lies to you a lot. It will make you believe that you are losing your mind. You will literally think that this is it. I'm gonna die. No. PMDD comes with not only psychological problems, it also comes with physical and emotional problems. You will have, and I know with me, my physical symptoms are my sinuses, my allergies will go into overdrive. I literally will just have nonstop sneezing and runny nose and sore throat, and my allergies will just go haywire. My eyes will start to itch, they get really dried out. I have joint pain. Most of my arthritis will start to act up more. I start to have more joint pain, mostly in my shoulders. I'll start to have pain. I have body twitches. I'll start to notice my body will twitch in certain spots more. My oldest one outside. I also will start to feel like I have to urinate more. I'm on the toilet like all the time. I have to pee constantly. I can drink like this much water and my bladder's like to the toilet. I'm bloated. I have dizzy spells. I get really bad dizzy spells. My ears will act up more. I start to have earaches, ear ringings, things like that. And I just overall physically feel like shit. I do not feel like I have zero energy. I have no motivation. I just have to push myself through everything. I have to like literally push myself to do things because mentally I know that I have full capability of doing whatever it is that I'm trying to get done. And I fully mentally am aware that it's PMDD that's making me feel ABC. But sometimes it's hard for other women that are not aware of this disease. They're not aware of it. And they're thinking, what the hell's going on? Am I just like dying or something? No, you have premenstrual dysphoria disorder. You also have chronic fatigue. It doesn't matter if you sleep to 8 to 12 hours a day. You are tired. Your body literally just feels like you're sick. It almost feels like you're just constantly sick. For me, I feel tired all the time. For like 2 weeks straight, I'm just like, it also doesn't help either. Now, this doesn't happen to all women, but a majority of women have this problem, is interrupted sleep. You will, and this has been a pattern with me, but it's not every cycle. It doesn't happen all the time. I'll have interrupted sleep where I will wake up every 2 to 3 hours. I'm waking up every half hour. I'm waking up, and it will be literally for no reason. You'll go to sleep, you wake up, you think, oh, it's got to be about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Only 2 hours has passed, and you're like totally awake, and you're ready to get up and start your day after 2 hours of sleep. It's a problem with the hormones in the mind, and it just causes you to just have shit sleep. Like, you just do not sleep well at all. This also will cause fatigue because obviously you're not sleeping very well. So there goes in that. But even if you are getting a full, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours of sleep, and you're one of those girls that are lucky, I have had that happen to me in the past where it wasn't really much of an issue, but I'd still wake up and be tired. I would have 6 to 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I'm still dragging ass during the day. I'd actually feel even more fatigued. I'd feel more tired. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's weird. It's very strange, but fatigue with a capital F is one of the main symptoms of PMDD. The other problem that I have too is I've noticed that it's usually about 3 to 4 days after I ovulate, an ovulation series is over with, I start to feel blue. It's like it slowly creeps in. Certain melancholy feelings. I start to feel weird. And also I start to kind of just lose motivation. I don't look at the world like I usually do. I start to just feel like overwhelmed very easily. Things will just piss me off. And I'm like, why am I so upset? Emotional. Crying spells, just bawling my eyes out for no freaking reason. I literally was driving down the road one day. There was nothing happening. There was nothing going on. I'm driving. I started crying, just bawling my eyes out, and you can't control it. It just happens. They're called crying jags. It happens with the roller coaster of hormones. It causes you to cry. You just start to feel emotionally overwhelmed. The other thing that I start to notice when PMDD is about to arrive is I start to feel more on edge. I always feel like something bad's gonna happen. or something is happening and there's nothing happening and nothing's going to happen. It's literally just you're always on edge because it's the rise and fall of your hormones. It will literally make you feel like you're losing your freaking mind. You just feel like you're clocked out. A lot of women sometimes say they feel like it's almost like an outer body experience. They don't feel like they're in tune with their body anymore. They feel like they're out of control. That is one of the symptoms that you will have with PMDD. You feel like everything that's inside, you just feel like you're out of control. You don't feel like you're in control of your feelings. You're not in control of your life. You're not in control of how you're doing. Nothing. Everything is just spiraling, and you feel like everything's just, and you don't have control of anything. That's not true either. The overwhelming feelings of being overwhelmed, that's not true either. Last week, take this as an example. I got paid. Automatically, my mind starts going into overwhelm mode. Why? Because my mind was lying to me. It was making me want to do things. Let's buy this. Let's buy that. Let's buy this. Let's buy that. Let's buy this. Oh my God, I don't have enough money for all that, but I really want to do it. But do you really want to do it? You don't. It's basically just, I get really frivolous and I get impulsive during that time. You will do stupid shit, and it will make you feel like you have to, or that it's very important that you do. That's not. You have to clean your house at a certain time. You have to get the dishes done. You need to clean up this mess. It has to get done. It's not true. It's not. It's all just a rise and flow of your hormones, and it's making you feel out of control. Nothing's happening. Depression. A lot of women get depressed. They don't want to leave their rooms. They don't want to leave their house. They don't want to do anything. I used to be like that. I just would not. I would always feel down, and I'd always feel like I wasn't good enough. I was always trying to change myself all the time. Every month that it would hit, I would always change my hair color. I would change my hair color. I changed my style. I changed things in the house. I'd start throwing stuff out. I'm talking valuable stuff that I actually really loved, because it made me believe that it's feelings of euphoria that you'll get. But that's why they call it dysphoria. Because you will actually start to feel like you're just able to do whatever and everything's magical and then all of a sudden it's not. And then paranoia kicks in. And then the anxiety kicks in. And then you're right back where you were again. It's all hormonal shifts. Impulsivity, paranoia, schizophrenia, anxiety, all of it's related to PMDD. As I've gotten older, I started to, like I said, I chart everything down, and as well as I start to recognize the feelings. And I'm like, oh God, here we go again. And then I start to tell myself this ain't gonna last. Because once I get to about the third or fourth day of my period, it starts to all calm down. I don't feel as high strung as I did during PMDD week. Because once you start your period, you start to have a release of those hormones, and as well as you start to have, your hormones will start to, instead of being like this, they start to just kind of even out. And your mind will thank you and doesn't feel like it's completely going haywire. I didn't go to work today. I was supposed to be at work today, and I didn't go because I woke up this morning feeling like shit. I literally did not get that much sleep last night. That's another problem that it causes. And I've read this before, that a lot of women lose relationships during this time. They lose jobs. They lose a lot of crap because you impulsively do stuff, or you just don't feel well. You just feel really, really gross. You just don't feel like you have that motivation. You don't have that energy that you usually have. It keeps you down here. And my heart goes out to every single woman that has this disease, that has this problem. There's actually a girl that I follow here on YouTube. It's Still Glamorous, Casey. She's an avid speaker about PMDD. She talks about it all the time. And she just recently made a video talking about it. And boy, did I resonate with that video. It was kind of weird that she made the video at the same exact time that I'm going through it. But I was glad, because women talking about this and making these videos and us making this community, it makes women feel less alone. You don't feel like you're just a psychopath and you're losing your mind and you're spiraling. Some women feel suicidal. Some women feel like they just don't want to live anymore during this time, because this starts to twirl and you just start to believe these thoughts. You start to believe these things that are happening. It's all hormonally related. It's not real. It's like it's all just a big fluctuation of hormones. Now, how do you find relief? I didn't eat any of this except one bite. Good grief. How do you find relief? Nothing. Well, what I do is I make sure that I try to get sunlight. I ride my bike. I'll go for a walk. Even if I'm not going anywhere. Like, even if I'm just window shopping. If I'm just going to go to a store and stare at nothing. I try to be out. And I strongly advise to keep active. To do your stuff. Don't sit there and be like, I'm tired. That's not going to go away. It doesn't matter even if you go to bed and you sleep for 8 hours. You're going to be tired. Okay? It doesn't matter. Because that's hormones. I might be wrong about this, but there's a rise in progesterone, and that will make you tired, because progesterone is actually related to your womb. So you got that going on, so it's not really going to help. If you're just sitting there and you're complaining that you're tired, well, sis, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be tired again. So you have to continue to keep moving. You have to stay active. Do stuff, whether it's cleaning out a closet or, like I said, going for a walk, or even if you just go to the mall or do something pointless. Even if you're just hanging out, just walking around looking at stuff. Getting out and doing something helps. Physically as well as mentally, it helps. I know that it's hard. Trust me, I 100% understand how hard it is when you just want to stand in one space and bawl your eyes out all the time. It's not a bad thing to cry. I'm not saying that it isn't, because it is. It's good. You want to take that time during the day when you're alone, whether it's in the shower or in your car. Mine was always in my car. Get those feelings out. If you feel like you have to cry, cry. Don't hold it in. Sometimes I think also PMDD and the luteal phase in general brings about feelings that you harbor, that we bottle up inside of us, that we don't really talk about, and things that we don't. And during this vulnerable cycle part, as part of your cycle, those feelings start to come out and they're starting to rise to the surface. They have to be recognized. You have to feel those feelings, because now when you move to the next part of your cycle, which is your menstrual cycle, that's the new chapter. That's the new leaf. That's the time when now you're going to start a brand new blank cycle. And now you put those things that you learned in your luteal phase into action when you hit your menstrual and your follicular phase. You kind of put those things into action more or less when you're in your follicular phase, because during menstrual, you're pretty much just wore out from everything. But don't bottle everything in all the time. Don't just sit there and be like, I'll just go for a walk and I'll just, don't do that, because what's going to happen, it's going to come out no matter what. And you don't want to be standing in a grocery store in the middle of the mall and you're bawling your eyes out. Okay? You want to make sure that you get those feelings out as well. It's emotional. Diet and water. Very important, two things. Eating the right foods. You eat kind of a lot during the luteal phase, but you're preparing your body for the menstrual. If you don't take care of your body during the luteal phase with water and nutrients, it makes you feel more like crap when you do start your period. I know from experience that I actually have not drank enough water. I know this is really gross and TMI, but we're all ladies here. I'd have really bad blood clots and cramps. It would just be really crampy, but I noticed that when I eat right and drink more water, I wouldn't have that much cramps. And also, being active during my luteal phase also helped with cramps. And my period wouldn't be as bad. But I've had cycles where I've been like, and I didn't really do much, and my period would be horrible by the time it hit. I'd have like monstrous cramps and just, bleh, I'd be out. Whole grains, protein, and water. You guys are actually resting on my water right now. I don't think the pop can's gonna go over you guys. We'll find out. Gotta go. I gotta go tend to my kids. But I hope somebody finds this video and it helps someone. And I'm always here to help. If you have any comments, you can leave them down below. Peace out, you guys.